4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Green Bay coming to Cincinnati. Go ahead, bro.
All right, sorry. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Fridays with me, Vince. That's your host, Raxx, right there. We're going to break down the injury report and some of the Packers.
All right, man. Let's get to it.
All right, so I want you to read off the injury report list for me, please.
Yeah, I got you, bro. All right, so Javier, how you pronounce it, Alexander, he did not practice today, so that means they're gonna go ahead and rule him out. They did have hope for him earlier in the week. He got hurt in the Steelers game. He hurt his shoulder, so I guess he's going through something similar to what T. Higgins went through, a shoulder strain. So it takes a couple of weeks for those. So don't expect to see him. He's one of their star cornerbacks, their leading cornerback. And then another one of their cornerbacks was limited today, but he's for a go. He had a concussion. Kevin King. But I heard he's bad already. He's terrible anyway.
No, I'm actually disappointed by that one. I was hoping Kevin King would play.
No, he is. He's going to play. He had a concussion. He was just limited today in practice.
Okay, that's good then. I mean, literally, I chucked up a game plan. Literally, the game plan is just throw to whoever Kevin King is covering.
Yeah. I was doing some research. Remember, before on our last show, I didn't really have too much. I kind of usually do this before they play them. So I got a little bit more information for you to help you out, help us out. So, yeah, Kevin King will play, but he had a concussion. He was limited today. And then Josh Miles, their center, he was already a rookie, and he was their starting center. He's out with a finger injury, so they're gonna have to start another one of those guys. And then they got another guard that's questionable, Eggleton Jenkins. So yeah, their O line is pretty banged up a little bit, and I mean, this it's more, but they're like backups. Smith on their linebacker core, Smith will play. They're banged up, man. And
wait, Jalen Smith or Zadarius?
I think it is. I just put down Smith, but I think it is Darius Smith. I thought he
was on the IR.
Well, they got another Smith. Hold on, we're gonna come back to that, and I'm gonna look that up.
They just signed Jalen Smith recently. I was hearing.
Yeah, he's not playing. He's not playing.
All right, I got it.
They didn't activate him yet.
Okay.
That's to get that clear. Okay, our bad, guys. All right, so yes, folks. So they're pretty banged up, man. And then their running back, Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon, they were banged up and limited today in practice, but they did not make the status report. So that kind of means they're available, So they didn't show up on the injury report. So, I had to dig in a little bit more for that, but they was limited. So I guess it could be a rest thing too, man. You know how that goes. You don't want to further the injury.
Oh yeah, of course.
And well, I can go down to the Bengals too. If you want me to, I can run that down to you too.
Let's cover the Packers injuries first. So
okay, let's get it.
To get that Smith thing out of the situation, I was correct. Darius Smith is on IR, right?
Darius Smith is on IR. Let's see.
In the meantime, if you are waiting for the answer real quick.
Yeah, you're right.
Make sure you subscribe to the podcast, Jungle Fever Podcast. Leave a like and comment down below other things you want us to cover and stuff and just talk about.
Yes, sir, and we will. Make sure y'all hit us in our emails, and I will start putting them in the description too, along with our Twitter. Our Twitter. I already put our YouTube in there, so that's going to be there as normal. But yeah, back to what we were saying. Yeah, he is on IR, so we won't be seeing him. We won't be seeing him.
So Jalen Smith isn't activated yet, which actually is a shame because Jalen Smith. Have you been watching Jalen Smith the last couple of years?
No, I really started paying attention to him this year. They got him from. Let me see. They got him from
the Cowboys.
Yeah, the Cowboys.
Yeah, so my family are all Cowboys fans and stuff. They try to get me to be a Cowboys fan, so don't ask how I ended up in this situation. It was, But anyway, focusing on the main point though, the Cowboys are my secondary team. That's the secondary team I root for and stuff. So I watch them a lot.
Okay.
And Jalen Smith, ever since 2018, I believe, when they that year when they went to the playoffs and they beat the Saints in the regular season, shocked everybody with their defense and all that. I remember watching him. He was a beast. He was a beast. But then these last 2 years, ever since he's got paid, he also got injured, and it just seemed to be a rapid spiral down in play. Like now, when you watch Jalen Smith, the speed isn't there, the athleticism isn't there, and he just flat out looks lost on the field. So Jalen Smith, he just isn't what he once was, and I don't think he ever will be due to the injury. And just overall, man, he's not good anymore. He really isn't. Like, I mean, did you see that play he was doing against the Eagles? The pass was like 10 yards ahead of him, and he was like reaching out, not even close to it. I mean, he just looks lost out there.
Oh man, I didn't see it, but now I'm gonna go watch it.
Yeah, I was hoping he would play because I feel like that's a lot of stuff. Joe Mixon, Chris Evans, whoever could like exploit there.
Right.
Duking and some big yardage, but yeah, that it's a shame Jalen Smith won't play. I think, in my opinion, but Kevin King playing, that's going to be huge as well, especially when Jair Alexander is out. So this is a banged up secondary right now. I believe Darnell Savage went down too. Is he okay?
I seen that, and they didn't mention. Okay, so the way they was explaining it in the Green Bay Packers little team thing I was reading, if they didn't show up on the injury report, they are available to play. And he didn't show up on the injury report for Friday, so I did see something about Savage. I'm trying to think about the injury. I don't really keep up with these guys. I just briefly read it and, write down key notes. But I did see his name, and I think he is playing. He's available to play. My bad. He's available to play.
I got you. All right. So, yeah, this is a banged-up cornerback room. The safety room is good, though, in place. Adrian Amos, Darnell Savage, that should be fine. So, if I'm the Bengals, I'm looking for a lot of middle-of-the-road cross routes to throw out. So, that's why I'm expecting a lot of T. Higgins this game. I think I can definitely see some like 20-yard passes over the middle real quick. Nothing like a 30-yard bomb plus to Jamar Chase or anything. You could probably see that at some point in the game. Definitely imagine that. No, don't doubt that for a second. But if you want to know the main focus they're probably going to be looking at, I would imagine it's going to be those middle of the play, middle of the route field kind of plays. Just throw over the middle, go deep with it. A little bit here and there, and mainly play off the running backs as well, and exploit the banged up linebacker room right now. And also with Zadarius Smith, that's going to take a light load off of the offensive line too. All they got to worry about really is Kenny Clark, and I believe Trey Hill might make his debut. So who knows? We'll see how Trey Hill does against Kenny Clark.
Yeah, and that's what I was worried about. I got that row here because he did practice today, and so. They were saying Taylor was saying, it was rest, and then on the injury report they're saying knee. So let me just try to come to common grounds with this. If he practiced Friday, it probably was just rest. I don't think anything is wrong with the knee. Maybe he was just resting his knee. Y'all got to understand he did just have tore that ACL, so maybe it was swollen or something. But I don't think he re-injured it or anything because he wouldn't have practiced today, and he practiced in full today. So
yeah, that makes sense, I would say. So but again, if Trey Hill does make his debut, that'll be a very big test for him against Kenny Clark. He'll definitely have his hands full,
of course.
But it'll definitely be interesting to see how this team performs this week. I'm very interested to see what they do against a banged up Packers squad. That they can definitely take advantage of here. But, I definitely think I think we've covered the Packers injury reports and stuff, mainly on the defense and stuff. Actually, let's cover their offensive line real quick because that's banged up too, you said.
Yeah. Josh Myers and Jenkins.
Yeah. Do you expect the defensive line of us to feast at all this against the game?
Okay, so look. One of their tackles, he's expected to play, but he's banged up. So I'm expecting Trey Hendrickson to feast. But the D-line as a whole, no, because, a lot of that pressure came with the help of Larry Ojanobi, and he's banged up. He was limited today, so he's questionable too to play. Um, I don't know, man. I just think it's gonna come down to our ends. Honestly, it's gonna come down to our defensive ends. So I think that Trey Henderson and Sam Humber might feast. They might really feast. I mean, DJ Reader. I mean, I'm happy for him. He's everybody seemed to be happy for him. So nobody never asked me this, but it's always been in my head. Like I just expected him to be a little bit more dominant, like Geno Atkins. But
Well, the thing is, he actually has been very dominant. It's just in the run department, not in the sack department or the pressure department. That's the main thing is a nose tackle is stopping the run. That's why Larry Ogunjobi is playing defensive tackle because that's his prime position. You can see how well he's balled out so far.
Yeah.
DJ Reader is just there to occasionally get to the quarterback, but mainly help with stopping the run, which so far he's been brilliant at. And just the combo of him and Larry Ogunjobi has been way more effective than I could have even thought of. I thought it was going to be the DJ Reader and Tyler Shelvin show this year, even the DJ Reader and Mike Daniels show. I mean, but of course, Mike Daniels goes off to the practice squad, doesn't make the final team and stuff. And Tyler Shelvin's been a little banged up and has been kind of a little low, a little less impressive than what people may have thought of him before, So Larry Ogunjobi is expectations for me. He exceeded up and beyond. It's been an incredible showing so far from him in this season. And, he's been racking up the sacks too, man. So, Larry Ogunjobi's been playing that sack role, and DJ Reader's been playing that run stop role. So It's been very intriguing to see how well these guys have matched up together against these offensive lines that they faced so far. And it's just a treat to watch. I'm excited to see them progress as the year goes on.
Yeah. So, speaking of Larry Ojanobi, I hope it's a 1-year contract, and I hope they really put the thoughts into keeping him. When he's healthy, he's a beast. He's a beast. But I gotta say, I want to see a little bit more of Shelvin, even though he's been banged up. I think he's gonna be good in the run game, but he'll get his chance. And Trey Waynes did practice today too, so expect him to play. Woozier, they said he'll play. T. Higgins, they said he'll play. And Jesse Bates, they said he'll play. So we're looking to see all our full defense because Ricardo Allen's back too. So we're looking to see our full defense as a whole for the first time, minus Larry Ojanobi and Joseph Side.
Yeah, for sure. I'm very excited to see this defense fully healthy. I'm hoping Larry Ogunjobi can make the progress in time. He's had a week and a half, to heal up. That's something that you don't get too often with the Thursday games. Everybody says, "Oh, do away with the Thursday games. They don't have enough time to prepare." Blah blah blah. But you got to realize the short week also keeps them prepped up and ready, and it also gives them time to recover more.
Yeah,
because you get a week and a half. Sure, you play two games more than what you would usually do, but not 2 games more, 1 game more. But you get what I'm saying though. Even though with that you get more time to heal up and get some guys who may have been healing up from a previous injury, even more time to get ready.
Yep.
And be more easy.
Yep. And I wanted to ask you too. So, lately, we've been getting real lucky. Like, I'm not taking nothing to our talent away from our team. Nothing like that. Nothing as far as points. I'm saying lucky. We've been getting lucky because they say in order to win good games in this NFL, you need to have talent and good luck. So I think we've been having good luck this year because we played the Steelers without was it Watt? And then we played the Vikings without a couple of the key defensive players. And we dodged Andy Dalton, even though we still lost. We just been coming up lucky, man. And now we get to face this. Actually, they thought it was a Super Bowl contender coming in. I still think they can make noise once they get healthy because it's Aaron Rodgers. But we get not the all the way complete Green Bay Packers, So I think we're getting lucky there too, and we're getting healthy. Our offensive line is starting to gel. I really like the upride of this team. I really like the future of this team, especially playing teams that's just at their worst. Hey, that's part of the NFL. And if we win, we win. I don't want to hear no excuses anytime because we went out last year and played all these games with a second string team, and we had to hear it from every team fan. So, I don't want to hear
Yeah,
it.
yeah, it's been a lot of bragging on their side, against
Yeah.
us. Really, all they've been doing is talking trash and stuff and stuff. So when they beat us and stuff and call us trash, oh, we're a 4-11-1 team. We have no talent whatsoever. Blah blah blah. Even though our entire team was banged up, arguably worse than the 49ers that season last year. And
Yeah.
that's a stretch maybe, but if not the 49ers, it's at least close to it. Very close to it. And just plus this is what good teams are supposed to do: take advantage of the bad situations the other teams are put in, and you got to win those games. And this is a prime game to win. And who cares who's injured? They still have Aaron Rodgers at the end of the day, right? They still got Devontae Adams. They still got Aaron Jones. That's still enough firepower to beat us.
Yes. Yes.
Plenty to beat us.
Devontae Adams, like you said, Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon's playing, Randall Cobb's playing, and don't sleep on Randall Cobb. You see what he did to the Steelers. Like, y'all think he old. Like, and sometimes I just think we get ahead of ourselves. But like I said, I really like the Bengals going into this game in specific. It's being realist, not trying to be biased. It is Aaron Rodgers. I hope we don't get in a situation to where we have to give him the ball and we're winning by 3 points and it's a minute and 30 seconds left and they got all their timeouts. I just don't want to see that. I really don't want to see that. I really want them to let Burrow cook.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely want to see Burrow cook more. And against, of course, once again, against this banged up secondary, man, I'm really hoping for the best there with that. The injuries so far we have, we've been very lucky regarding injuries so far. But again, we have to remember it's only been 4 weeks into the season. There's still 14 other weeks left for injuries to happen. So who knows what's going to happen. The main focus, though, the main goal at the end of the season is to keep Joe Burrow healthy.
Yes.
Keep Joe Burrow healthy. That's what you have to do.
Yeah.
If you keep Joe Burrow healthy, you are still contending for a playoff spot. Simple as that. Once Joey goes down, or if he goes down, that's it. That's wraps. That's wraps on the season. So, just make sure number 9 is healthy, standing upright, which the offensive line these last 2 weeks have done a fantastic job of making sure that's possible. They've done a fantastic job. And, I can tell you right now, I think this offensive line is going to be top 16 by the end of the season.
Yeah. PFF is great. And Jonah Williams is, I think, one of the second top tackle in the league. Like, that's great, man. We were down bad last year on the offensive line. We didn't have any time to fix this offensive line with the COVID going on. And then we had the worst offensive line coach there ever was. So, and my thing about this is, I hope I believe in O-line. I'm gonna talk about that later. That's one of my keys to winning a game is O-line. But we'll get to that. But I wanted to ask you something.
To be fair, before you do ask me that, that's pretty much one of the main keys to every game this season is the O-line.
Yeah.
That's really what that's what all Bengals fans are looking for, because we saw how bad it was last season. We're looking to make sure it's improved so we can keep Joe Burrow healthy.
Yeah.
So I definitely think it's a factor in every single game, no matter what. If not the main factor, at least the second factor.
Yeah. And we all gonna have by you saying that, we all will have our eyes on Trey Hopkins, making sure that, why did they really keep him out? Is it because of rest? So we're gonna be watching him from the snap, bro. From the snap. That's just the football player in me. The football fan in me.
Oh yeah, 100%. I agree. But anyway, go ahead with your question.
Okay, so running into this game, because this is week 5. Is this the week where good teams start to show what their true identity is? Where good teams really start to gel and take their place in the rankings in the NFL. Do you think that's fair to say week 5 is like the start of that? Because week 1 you could say was really preseason, week 4 in preseason because a lot of these players and a lot of these teams, these great teams, wasn't ready. I think we got out on the Vikings. Like you said, Vikings is a really good team until they ran into us unprepared a little. They was injured. And now teams are starting to get a little healthy. I think it is. What you think about that? Is week 5 fair to say?
To me personally, it's more around week 7, 8-ish.
Okay.
That's my opinion on it. It's just not too far away, but still the midpoint of the season, I think, is where teams really start to gel. Because you look at the Ravens historically. I love to use the Ravens as an example of this. The Ravens historically, around that week 6 to 8 or 9-ish, section, that's when they start to gel and become unstoppable. We've seen that for the last decade or so. Not quite the whole decade, but for the majority part of it, the Ravens usually get going around that point, and they're basically unstoppable once they get that going. So, right. To me personally, I think that's mainly when it is. It's around week 7, 8-ish and stuff. That's when teams really start to gel and start showing themselves. But I will say on week 5, this is when teams are supposed to show progress. They're supposed to show flashes. If they, what I mean, flashes of what they can do. So I think week 5, you're going to see a lot of flashes from this team. At least I would hope so. It's either going to be flashes from Green Bay or flashes from Cincinnati. I don't think there's going to be any in between. I think the game will be a lot closer than what it seems. But I think, just when you're watching the game, you'll see a much more dominant team on the field than what the scoreboard may show.
I think this is the perfect game for us. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I think this is the perfect game for us to show us are we pretenders or contenders. Green Bay is so popular, even though they showing these injuries to the national media, the national media still got us as 3-point underdogs, even at our own home. So I can imagine if we were at their home, they'd probably be like 5-point underdogs or something. But the next thing is, what team will we get what Bengals will we get? Will we get the Bengals going into like the Bengals that we saw going into the Bears? Will we were supposed to win? Or will we get the Bengals that went into Pittsburgh? Will we all was kind of worried and they was dominant? What team will we get? Right now, I think they're trying to figure out their identity. And I think that injuries has helped us to really find our true identity. As soon as we get this person back, we got to give up this person. And, we didn't mention it, but I guess the world already know, it's a lot of Bengals podcasts out here, Mixon's out. So I really look for Chris Evans to shine, but I don't really know what team we're going to get. Will we get this first half bad play calling from Zach, or will we get that just, hey, man, just go out there and let them cook?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see which guy shows up. But speaking on Mixon real quick, I actually think he is going to play. I've seen some stuff floating around and stuff. I believe he went on his live too. I forget, he was playing a song or whatever. It's kind of sounded like he was going to play. But it's really going to be interesting to see. But if he doesn't play, I'm all for the Chris Evans show. I'm ready to see Captain America show everybody why he should be the second string.
Yeah.
And plus, I'm pretty sure he's a good blocker, right?
Yeah, he was in college, but he get to see. I don't want to go out on a limb here and be like, hey, he's a great blocker, and then he blocks and then get blown up. But in college, he was.
Yeah, I can definitely see him showing some of his blocking skills, and I think that's just another way to help the O-line, it's kind of crazy when you think about it. His style and Giovanni Bernard's style are so similar. It's like we literally drafted a carbon copy of Bernard, like he was never gone.
Right.
It's just a matter of when we can utilize him and when this front office and this coaching staff realizes his true worth on this team.
Right. And I totally understand. I can't wait to see him, the speed, and then he's right now he's one of our best catching running backs. So that's that safety net for Burrow, go through your possessions quick. Oh, no, nobody's there. Boom, hit him out. You know what I'm saying? In the flats, let him get you 2 or 3 yards, So I'm excited to see him play. I'm definitely want him to be over P. Ryan. P. Ryan is just that muscle back to me that you want to put in around the 2 and just let him push it in, because I think he's a lot more of a power back Mixon's more of a speed back, and Chris Evans is more of a speed back, catching back. I don't want to say Mixon's great at the blocking, because certainly he ain't been showing it lately, but he needs to improve in that area. So yeah, I would, and P Ryan's definitely not good at the blocking either. So I would definitely love for them to give Chris Evans a shot.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely want to see Chris Evans get some snaps here. But if Mixon plays, that's probably not going to happen, unfortunately. But still we get Mixon, so I think that's still a plus.
But see, the thing about it is, you said he might play, right?
Mm-hmm.
And even if he does play, you think they'll put him on some limited snap type stuff?
That is true. I forgot about. Yeah, that's another part of it. If he does play, I believe he will get limited snaps. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so yeah, you might get to see him.
Yeah, you probably get a roundabout, a little merry-go-round kind of rotation. But plus I believe Mike Thomas is also out too for this game, right?
No, he wasn't. I didn't see him. Okay, so I think he's available. He wasn't on. Yeah, look it up, because he was not on the injury report as far as like not playing. Like,
because I was seeing some stuff around that he was not available. People were saying apparently that he wasn't going to play or whatever.
So you know what? I ain't gonna even. While you look that up, I'm gonna just say it like this, man. I would rather see Auden Tate out there, man. Honestly, bro. I mean.
Yep, Ben Baby tweeted out 8 hours ago. Bengals wide receiver Mike Thomas will not play this week, per Zach Taylor, dealing with an ankle injury.
Cool. So yeah, most definitely. You said what?
Did you say who said it?
No. You said Ben Baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's pretty good. I believe it. I'd rather see Auden Tate though. That's what I was saying. I'd rather see Auden Tate.
Yeah, I think that, and that's another thing. Since Mike Thomas is out now, you're going to see a lot more Auden Tate, and you're going to see some Trent Irwin. I'm really excited to see Trent Irwin get some more snaps too, hopefully, anyway. Hopefully. He still is the wide receiver 5 right now with Mike Thomas out. So that definitely throws some stuff up in the air. It's just going to depend on what this coaching staff does. But I'm definitely still excited to see Auden Tate go out. I hope he gets a big catch or whatever, because I think – if we are going to win this game now, I think Auden Tate making a big 50-50 catch is something that's going to open up our offense.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Just T. Higgins back, but like we said before, I know Irwin. Why don't they give Auden Tate a shot?
I don't know. I heard some stuff saying I think it's mainly due to Mike Thomas having relations with Zach Taylor and stuff from the Rams, because he used to be on that Rams team with Zach Taylor as a quarterbacks coach and stuff. So I think there's a little bit of a history there as well that mainly does it. But I also think it's because Mike Thomas has more of a speed dynamic to him, I guess, from what I've heard. He's faster than Auden Tate, and he gets more open than Auden Tate.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. I saw about Auden.
But the thing is, though, Auden Tate doesn't need to get open. He really doesn't. Just as long as he's in a good position where he's over the receiver. I mean, not the receiver, the corner or the safety, whoever it is. 6 times, 7 times out of 10, he's going to catch that. That's just Auden Tate for you. He's
bodying his man. He just give it here.
Exactly. Just if you need a 50-50 ball, just go throw it to Auden Tate. He's got you.
Most definitely. So another thing too. So by our 3 receivers playing, it's been a while since we've seen them seen all 3 playing. That was in the middle of T. Higgins left in the middle of the Bears game. After the fumble, I think he hurt his shoulder or something like that. But we get to actually see him playing in action. So how do you think with this Green Bay secondary kind of like depleted a little bit? How do you see them playing us? I think they're going to keep too deep, just always. You're not going to really get any rushes from the corners, because if you rush the corners, the receiver's just too good. There's going to be somebody open. So I think the rush should be coming from more of the linebacker section. What you think?
Yeah, I agree with you. And that's the thing with when the linebackers start rushing in and they start opening the middle of the field up. That's why I said the game. That's why I can see them in the game plan making it up and stuff. I can definitely see 20-yard routes over the crossing over the middle and stuff. And that's mainly where T. Higgins likes to feast, is crossing deep over the middle. Tyler Boyd mainly gets the slants and the slots to the outside and stuff. T. Higgins gets the deep stuff over the middle and stuff downfield. Jamar Chase is mainly that street guy and that screen pass guy. So, to me, this is the game T. Higgins explodes. We haven't seen him. We all expected him to be the wide receiver 1 this season, right? Did you expect it?
I did expect for him to be receiver 1, around the time in training camp. But after the first game, I was like, you know what? I kind of want him to. My opinion, I kind of want him to be our number 2 receiver because I think he can feast off these second-hand cornerbacks. Let Chase have those Jalen Ramsey type corners. Let him take their attention, and you show off. You show off. That's what I see now. But what I have noticed when I'm going back and watching old games from this year, that they're moving Chase everywhere. Slot, boom. They're just moving him everywhere because they're trying to get him open. He's more of a, like you said, he's more of an odd and take too, but he's just faster and he can get open.
Mm-hmm. And his route running is so crisp, man.
Yeah, it's so nasty, bro. He be mixing them so bad.
You saw what he did to Chris Boyd week 1.
Man, that's a bad boy in the route running. He'll get you to turn your body from one step of his, you'll turn your body that way. He's the opposite way. I've seen it dozens of times. I even seen it in training camp a couple times.
Yeah, he did Cheeto dirty.
he was doing this man in.
The way Cheeto's been on lockdown this year too, man, that is a tough thing to do.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, man. Cheeto. Oh, man, that's what I said, man. We get our whole defense back minus Larry because he didn't practice today. But I want to ask you, since we're on the defense, let me ask you something. How do we play Rodgers? Rodgers seen it all. How do we play Rodgers? You can't just like show blitz right from the snap. Like it's got to be like cinematic to the snap. You gotta like act like you're blitzing back up. You gotta confuse the guy, and you gotta put pressure on him because I have noticed lately he ain't been able to move like the Rodgers been able to move. You can see the olderness in him, and then by him taking all that time off in training camp, I think he's just now really starting to get his feet back under him. So how you think we attack Aaron?
You definitely bring up a lot of valid points and stuff. It's hard to attack Aaron. Aaron's just gonna throw it on you either way. I think that's something you got to accept. The goal is to limit him. I don't think we're gonna shut him down completely like the Saints did week 1. But I believe in our fully healthy cornerback room. Trey Waynes, Cheeto, Mike Hilton. They lock up really good. They really are a great coverage unit. They cover beautifully, and with the help of Jesse Bates and Von Bell, and now Ricardo Allen returning to help add that third layer of coverage over it. Our secondary is great in coverage. So if you want to get pressure on Aaron, you're gonna have to rely on your corners getting some coverage in. That's what I can see. But they have a banged up offensive line. So you also want to take advantage of that, and you want to rush every now and then. So the goal mainly is just to pressure Aaron, make him uncomfortable, and make him throw something out of character for him eventually, and then capitalize with a turnover.
Yeah, I mean, with their O-line kind of banged up, but they still got some good average players in there. I think that we should be able to get pressure without, blitzing a lot, but like you said, blitz it here and there, you got to confuse him. You got to really confuse him and get him to throw an Aaron or a bad throw, or Aaron throw.
Yeah, definitely. It's difficult to do, but it's possible. Our defense top 10 so far in the league right now, or at least ranked. I don't know if we're overall as a unit, like talent-wise top 10, but So far with how we're playing, we're top 10.
Yeah.
And this is the perfect game for this team to show out and really show what this defense is made of. It's going to be about creating turnovers and capitalizing on short field. I think that's the main goal of this game. Like I said, I think it's going to be dominant either one way or the other. I think the scoreboard will say otherwise. I think it'll be kind of tightly contested with the score. But I think when you look at when you actually watch the game, I think it's going to be one-sided for one team or the other.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I just don't see, I really just, it's Aaron Rodgers for me. I mean, because I'm looking at everybody around him. Besides him, I just don't see this team beating us. But it's Aaron Rodgers, so you can never count him out. You can never count him out.
Yeah, I agree. But at the end of the day, this is a banged up team. Our team is just about healthy. Our defense should be fully back. T. Higgins coming back. This is a game you got to take advantage of. This is a game where you have to put up and you have to show your contenders, not pretenders. So
Yeah.
I'm expecting big things this game. I'm not trying to push my expectations too high and say, oh, we're gonna flat out blow them out. Oh, T. Higgins going off for like 120 yards, 2 touch. I'm not going with all that.
I mean,
I just want to see a win where we prevail and we show we're better at coaching. We have the better quarterback play. Just those two simple things. As long as we get that down and the W, I think that's all that matters.
I mean, they've been surprising us all year. Name one game where they didn't surprise you. They definitely been surprising us, and I actually think we were actually contenders this year. I'm not saying we're finna, actually, make a run in the playoffs, which I hope we do, but that's not what I'm saying right here, right now. What I'm trying to say is we contenders, you're not gonna come in here with no uncompleted team and beat us. You need your full team. You get what I'm saying? Like we're not last year. Yeah. So if your key players is out and our key players is in, we should win. That's what I'm trying to say. Like we need to show that, like, hey, whatever it takes to win in this NFL, because it's extremely hard to win in this NFL. I mean, it is. I mean, 3-point wins are enough for me. I know the national media don't like 3-point wins when it comes to the Bengals, but 3-point wins are enough for me. And we go in this game and we defensively fight it out and we win by 3. Hey, I'm fine. I'm cool with that. I am cool with that. If we lose by 3, I am cool with that. And I am ready from the bashing from the national media. I told you so. I told you so. And I know it's coming. That's why I wish we really go out here and put that work in. I really want us to put that work in. You still here, B?
Sorry.
Oh, you good? I just want us to go out there and put that work in, man.
Yeah, for sure. I 100% agree. Again, sorry about that. I had a phone call coming in. But yeah, I definitely just want to see some progress. I'm fine losing by 3 or 7 even. Maybe 10. 10 is pushing it though.
Yeah.
But I just want to see some progress this game. And I want to show that we're putting up fights. That's mainly what I want to see from this unit. And to be honest, the way Baker's been playing, man, if Baker keeps the way up he's playing, I really think we might split with the Browns, to be honest with you. Or not split, sweep. That's definitely very bold of me to say. But when you think about it, Baker's struggling right now. We play him right before the bye week goes. So when's our bye week? Week 9 or week 10?
I think it's week 10.
Yeah, so it's like right around the middle of the season. So, we get these full games going. We get some momentum. If Baker keeps having some average performances or like below average performances like he had last week, we have a shot at beating them then. And then what if they're in a prime position to make the playoffs and they don't really need to play their starters in week 18?
Yeah.
We play them week 18 and where they have a shot to rest their starters, and we might still be fighting for a playoff spot. Where if we win, we're in. That's also a great spot to be in. So I can definitely see us sweeping them this season, and that would be huge. That would definitely put us up in the playoff spots probably.
Going back to Mayfield. Mayfield is hurt. Mayfield's hurt. He hurt his non-throwing shoulder. So that's the excuse they're using right now. I don't like the Browns, so that's the excuse they're using. but he's not better than Burrow. Hey, we got a comment. We got a
Thank you.
comment from Ujar. He said Green Bay is the first real test for the Bengals. What you think? I already said it. This is, man. We need to show the national media we are the real deal.
It is, it really is. We haven't really played anybody of value yet, if you want to say it. I mean, let's run it back. The Vikings, even though I believe they're a great football team, and even after this rough start, I still have them making the playoffs. But they're 1-3. 1-3. That's not a good record. But
it depends on who they got left to play, man. I mean,
they
had so much opportunity to beat the Browns last week. It was just like I watched that game. I'm like, please beat the Browns. Please beat the Browns. Please beat the Browns.
We were all Vikings fans Sunday.
Right.
But to continue on what I'm saying though, still 1-3. That's still not really anybody due to the people to show them what's up. Then the Bears, a team that's not looking too good, and we just get flat out embarrassed by them. Even though we won at the end, we got embarrassed. There's no way around it. We got embarrassed. And then the next week, we play a Steelers team, which is basically depleted to nothing on offense and a banged up defense. So there isn't really much value there in that win to some people. And then we barely beat the 0-4 Jaguars after going down 14-0 to them in the first half. There's a lot of eyes on us right now, and Green Bay is going to really show what we're made of. And that's what I'm looking forward to see what this team's made of.
Yeah, but a lot of this national media and eyes that's got eyes on us don't watch us like we watch us. Like they don't see what we see. We are fans, so we see a different side than everybody. They're not fans. They briefing over. Like we're not Green Bay fans. We're briefing over, and that's what they do. And that's my argument. Like, give us a chance to be, just not the same old Bengals.
Yeah, and I agree 100%. And I think that applies to everything in the NFL. I mean, everybody wants to cover one team and say, oh, this team's garbage and stuff, this team's good or whatever, but you don't really sit down and watch them like you do your own team. Like a last season, let's say, or whatever. What was an average team? Average team.
Average team. Let's go with the Rams. Last year, the Rams was an average team.
No, I know. I think the Rams were a good team. I'm talking like a team that just missed the playoffs.
Let me see who just did miss the playoffs last year. Okay, all right. So let's just say an average team. Let's say the Steelers. They did play the Browns and lost, but just to say the Steelers was an average team last year compared to this year.
I mean, not the best example I use, but I'll go with it. Like a lot of Steelers fans, we don't really watch their team, but we watch the Steelers team more than we do other teams because they're a division rival, obviously.
Yeah, okay, I'll get you. I shouldn't have said that. That's a different original rival. I got you.
But to follow up, just to follow the example and stuff, another team isn't going to look at the Steelers as thorough as a Steelers fan is going to look at it. A Steelers fan, like us briefing over it, sometimes the people who brief over it and stuff, they're right. And the fans who overlooked into it are wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what the Steelers are this season. On Twitter, all I saw was Steelers fans saying, "Oh, Ben lost weight. He's going to be fine, and he can still sling it." Did you not watch the playoff game last year? Even though he threw like 4 picks or whatever, he was making a comeback and he was throwing deep all the time. The offensive line is completely revamped with a complete new bunch. Najee Harris is coming in and new running back. Change the whole offense up. We got a new offensive coordinator. The defense is still the top 3. That's what they were saying, and I could see some of it. But people who glanced over it saw flaws. Everybody on that starting line had little to no experience whatsoever. All rookies are just like
bad,
second or third bad, and stuff. Just no chemistry whatsoever. The only veteran on that line is Trey Turner, and what has Trey Turner done this year for them so far?
Nothing.
And as a result, look, Najee Harris is a great player. I still stand by that. But like I said, I thought he was going to be limited by this line this season. I didn't think he was going to get above 850 yards. And look at him now. He's struggling to run behind this line. And his only production so far has to come from the passing.
Short passes.
And that leads us to Ben, who is just completely – I think he's regressed worse than what I expected him to this season. I expected him just to not be able to throw that deep ball or whatever. But it just seems like he doesn't know how to read defenses anymore. You know? It just seems like his awareness and his play
Look,
recognition is just completely gone.
look at his
And
throwing. It's not over no more. It's like sideways, kind of like.
yeah, and now the defense is getting banged up and stuff here and there. Minka just seems to not be trying as hard. I don't know what it is, but Minka's been having a down year, and the receivers are also banged up. I mean,
Yeah.
DJ finally returned. I think DJ is fantastic too. I just want to get this out of the way. I know we don't like the Steelers, but I'm going to praise DJ real quick. Deontay Johnson has been very good this season. It seems like he's fixed his drop issues, and you can make an argument he's the second best receiver in the North right now. I think
He's their leading receiver, man. He's
I think
10 times better than Juju.
I think the top three receivers in the North right now are Boyd, DJ, and OBJ. That's what I got right now. But I expect all those receiver positions change. But anyway, going back to the main example, just stuff like that. We follow the Bengals more, and stuff. Everybody glances over and stuff and just looks at the first couple rounds, right?
Right.
Oh, you overreached on an offensive lineman. Your offensive line's still garbage. Who'd you sign? An old ass Reef? Everybody said
solid though. He's been solid.
Everybody said he did average last season. Wasn't all that, even though he had an amazing number of 1 sack and 1,000 snaps, and also only 20 pressures out of that. That's pretty damn good. And then you got to also think, oh, Joe Mason's a fantasy bust. He's always injured, even though he only got injured one season. And then Jamar Chase, you should have taken Sewell or whatever. Can't get the ball off without throwing him. You see it now, and our defense is just mediocre, not that good at all and stuff. I mean, they aren't supposed to be good. Look at them as a top 10 unit. We looked at all these things as Bengals fans. We were more in depth with the team. We study it more. We look at it more. We watch the film more of this team. So we knew what to expect and what this team was capable of coming into this year, which is why we're not too surprised by what we've done so far with a 3-1 start. Us fans expected us to be at least 3-1. In these first 4 games, while some other people looking in expect us to be 2-2 or 1-3 even.
Yeah, no. And honestly, I mean, you could go back and look at a lot of people's predictions before the season started. They had us winning I think 3 games, and we're at that point now. I mean, guys. Zach Taylor is. He's still questionable in his play calling to me, but you can see the improvement. You should see this in his 3rd year. But you can see it. So I'm happy that's an area where I'm happy. I didn't want us to go into this 3rd year with Zach, and I didn't see any improvement. Now, I think it could be a lot better.
You still got 14 weeks to do that, though.
I still think it's blend. But like you said, we still got a long time and a long way to go. This is only week 5.
Yeah, I agree. And I will say, it definitely looks a little bland, though. But, hey, against Jacksonville in that second half, it looked a lot more mixed up. It looked a lot better, a lot more polished, While granted it is Jacksonville and stuff, you still gotta admire that the play calling and just everything in the second half. It was just.
But they let him cook. Yeah, they let Burrow cook in the second half.
It showed Zach Taylor was able to make adjustments. That's what I recognized most of all was holy cow, Zach Taylor can make adjustments at halftime. It was like a big moment. It's like, oh my God, he can make adjustments. So if he can keep this up and keep being consistent and improving week in and week out, there's no reason in my mind why this can't be a playoff team. Why can't this be a playoff team? Why? A top 10 defense performing wise right now, an offense that's capable of being top 5. No, it really is. It's capable of being top 5.
Vince, I believe you, because the only thing that really worries me in our division is the Ravens, and it's only because of the run option. I'm not worried about Cleveland. I'm not worried about Pittsburgh right now.
I'd be worried about Cleveland's defense a little bit. They're looking pretty good.
Yeah, but if we can, I watched them. I watched them in the Vikings game. They are good, man, but Kirk Cousins had time to throw, man. And if that's what it takes to chip these guys and to get these quick throws off, but not to take nothing away from their defense, but I think that we can score with Baker. We can score pound for pound with these guys. The only thing I'm worried about is the run option with the Ravens. So besides that, though, man, to prove what you're saying, I feel you. This is a playoff team if we can keep it going. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't be.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this team is capable of the playoffs. We know what they're capable of. We were trying to keep realistic expectations between 7 and 9 wins. The way this team started 3-1, that's what I expected them to be. Was 3-1. It didn't happen the exact way I expected it to happen. I expected us to lose to Minnesota week 1 and then go 3 in a row. But we lost to the Bears and won against Minnesota. But still, I'm correct on the record position so far, at least 3-1 in these first 4 games. So, what I expect by the bye week at the very least, 5-4. I mean, I can definitely see us losing. I can see us losing to Green Bay. I can see us losing to Baltimore, and I can definitely see us losing to Cleveland. So I mean, but the games we're supposed to win, the Jets and the Lions, should put us at least 5-4 heading into the bye week. And then it's going to be a tough second half of the schedule. But we just got to focus on the first half so far this week. So I think we can start to wrap this up now with Green Bay. Let's focus. Let's go back to Green Bay.
Yeah.
Let all our frustrations and all our takes, whatever, out on the other teams, especially the Steelers and stuff. But let's go to Green Bay.
All right, real quick.
I think we picked our X factors last week. We should we should see if we have our differences in X factors. I think I have some different X factors now.
Yeah. I got some different. That's what I was going to tell you. Okay, so go ahead with your X factors first this time.
So for me, I'm going to keep T. Higgins as the X factor on offense. I think he's still due for a big day. I think this is going to be his game where he shows what he's capable of. I think he's going to get over 100 yards, close to it at least, maybe 6 receptions or so, and a touchdown definitely. On defense side of the ball, this is going to be surprising. I'm picking the X factor to be Ricardo Allen. Ricardo Allen, I think, is the X factor to this game on defense. He showed his potential in week 1 as a great second safety to Jesse Bates in coverage. Von Bell getting down and dirty. And let him get down and dirty in the low post and tackling those receivers on the short routes. Von Bell, that's Von Bell's bread and butter. And when you let him work there, it's a thing of beauty. And boy, when you have Ricardo Allen covering back there with Bates, man, it lifts a priority off of Jesse Bates to where he feels like he has to process both sides of the field at all times, like he had to do last year. That's why you saw him give up a lot of the bigger plays, even though he still played fantastic. That's why we put all our eyes on him and why he made more plays that season so far than what he has this season, because he had to do a lot more. With Ricardo Allen taking the pressure off him, it lets him focus to one side of the field more, while Ricardo Allen can get the other side and take a weight off his shoulders. And that's going to be huge this week, I think, especially against guys like Randall Cobb next to Devontae Adams.
Yeah. So, okay. I like those, Vince. I like those. All right, so I'm going to go with Tyler Boyd. Only because I think they're going to do a lot of doubling on Higgins and Jamar Chase. They're going to jump back and forth.
They're going to have to double somebody. I mean, Jair out.
Yeah, that's why I said I definitely see Tyler Boyd eating like he did our last game against the Jags. A lot of short routes, a lot of yak yards after catch. So I'm expecting him to have a big game. And on the defensive side, Logan Wilson. Okay, so let me break it down. I mean, I know he's been doing good, but the reason I single him out is because I believe that we apply pressure to Rodgers and make him do a lot of quick dump off passes, is where you have Logan Wilson in the middle of the field, right there, deflecting passes, intercepting passes, getting them down as soon as they catch it, not letting them get the first down. So I'm looking for Logan Wilson to have a big day, man, to continue being great as he always has these last 4 weeks.
Yeah, that I definitely agree, man. Logan Wilson's going to be a huge part of it, like he always is. I'm hoping he continues to break out season, man. In these last 3 weeks, he's been on a complete tear. Like he's got better stats than what he did in the whole of last year through 4 weeks.
He's playing like a veteran. This is his second year.
I know. I mean, I even noticed this last year. 3 interceptions as a linebacker in your rookie year. That is insane. However way you put it, that's insanely good. Logan Wilson to be able to do that is incredible. And I've been hyping him up this whole offseason. I expected him to be a huge part of this defense like he has so far. A lot of people were saying they weren't too sold on Logan Wilson or whatever. I'm like, how can you not be after that rookie year? Rookie year, even though in the little time he played, he just has a knack for the ball, man. And so far, he just shows that he continues to have that knack. So I'm really expecting Logan Wilson to continue to ascend. And shoot, by the end of this year, some people may have to put him in your top 5 linebackers.
Yeah, of course. Hopefully, and I'm hoping that happens. I mean, I'm hoping he can continue this great play.
I even said this offseason, you know, I mean, I said, you know, I believe in one of my YouTube videos, I think I said it in Bengals versus the AFC North. I think I said that I think that one day this linebacker core of AG, Pratt, Marcus Bailey, and of course Logan Wilson has the potential
Keith and Gaither.
Yeah. Has the potential to be a top 5 linebacker unit in the NFL one day, possibly, at least in the division, you know, top 3 in the division. But you know, I said, you know, it has the potential to be top 5 in the league, even though it may be pushing a little bit. They might be top 5 in the league at the end of this year. They're so good. They're so good.
Man, I mean, they're going to be top 5. They're going to be top 5 by week 7, week 8. You know what I'm saying? If they keep up this progress, I mean, we already top 10 defense. I think
we're 6. I think we're 6 overall right now.
Yeah, and like you said, man, you said what week 8 is when they start to really gel. Yeah. Good teams really start to gel. So yeah, I mean, yeah. Real quick before we get out of here, though, Vince, I need your bold prediction. Something bold.
Bold prediction. Let me think this. I'm gonna give you 2.
Okay.
Chidobe Awuzie gets 2 picks this game. And Joe Burrow, for the first time this season, throws over 400 yards. That's what I think.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna give y'all my bold prediction. I gotta make it bold because last time I made a bold prediction, somebody was like, weak. I was like, oh, okay. All right. So look, all right. Burrow throws 6 touchdowns. Now what? Now how bold is that?
All right, tone it down. Let's go like the 5. I think 5 is a little more realistic.
Yeah, I mean that's why I wanted to. I know 5 was. I think 5 is doable. I didn't see great quarterbacks do it, so I had to push it to 6.
If Burrow throws 6 touchdowns, I think he's going to break the internet.
Oh yeah, most definitely going to break the internet. Yeah, that's why I believe that he will throw. You know, on my bold prediction, guys, that he will throw 6 touchdowns. Now, however he does it, screen passes, Jamar Chase, that's my bold prediction. I have to say something bold because I don't want it to be weak anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Are you talking 6 touchdowns passing, or are you talking like including rushing?
Including rushing, just 6 period.
Okay, that now we're talking. Now we're talking. That's still bold but more realistic.
So right. All right, man. So that's my bold prediction, and we gave you our predictions on the game last week. I'll remind you what I said. I said we're gonna win 31-28. It'll be a big game, you know. But saying Burrow gonna have 6 touchdowns, that's more like 40-something points. But hey, that's my bold prediction, and I'm running with it because I'm that Who They fan, baby.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna redo my score predictions real quick.
Okay.
I think I had us losing 31-27.
Mm-hmm.
With the injury report coming out, you know, the signing of Jalen Smith, all of our guys coming back healthy. I'm gonna win 34-27.
Okay. All right.
34-27. I think that's the score for us.
I like that. Guys. Y'all heard it here, man. Y'all heard it here. Now, I'm hoping one of us right on point. I promise we right on point. But
I'm hoping for the 40 bomb. I'm hoping for that.
Hey, man, if we get the 40 bomb, bro. If we get the 40 bomb, we win. I'm telling you, man. If we get 40 points,
no doubt.
We win.
No doubt.
All right, guys, we're about to get up out of here. Green Bay headed to Cincinnati, and I like my cheese with eggs. Hold the bacon. We are out. See you guys next week.
Nacho.
It's that jungle fever. Yeah, it's that